we are wishing the new year brings happiness and joys to everyone's life. And what's in the bag of farmers? Hello and welcome to the InNews series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about what government has planned for the farmers for this year, and this session is important for your GS2 as well as GS3 perspective. Moving towards the points of discussion part. So first of all, we are going to discuss the news, then we'll have a discussion on DAP, then we are going to discuss about Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, then we are going to discuss practice question for prelims. Before that, you have to like, share and subscribe to this TIE's channel. Moving towards the news part. So yesterday the government has announced subsidy on DAP. And what is DAP? So DAP is di-ammonium phosphate, which is a fertilizers, and the government of India has ensured that prices remain fixed, which is 1,350 per 50 kilogram bag, and it will total cost for the government is rupees 3,850 crore. So why such decisions have been taken, we are going to discuss in the further slides. So before moving to any discussion, our new address for Noida is C171/2 Block A Sector 15, and nearest metro station is Noida Sector 15, and this is our calling number 87501, and this is for the English medium. Admission is open there for the ISGS foundation course. Now we'll come to the discussion of that what is DAP. So DAP is di-ammonium phosphate, popularly known as DAP, and it preferred the fertilizers in India, and because it contains both components, the first is nitrogen and the second is phosphorus. So this is very important for your prelims examination also, because they can ask that DAP contains, so it contains nitrogen and phosphorus. So here it is primary micronutrients for the part of 18 plant nutrients. So it provides nutrients to the plant, so that wise it is widely used as fertilizers. So what is agricultural use? So DAP fertilizer is an excellent source of P and nitrogen, phosphorus and nitrogen for plant nutrition, because it is highly soluble and thus dissolve quickly in soil, and after that the soil releases phosphate and ammonium. So that is why this DAP is important agricultural fertilizers, and that's why it is widely used. And in order to see the global conditions, the geopolitical tensions, the imports have become very costly because of the various taxes. So that's why the government had to take decisions for the farmers. So the government has taken this decision to help the farmers. So that's why the government has announced special subsidy for DAP. And here we can also see that there are so much of geopolitical tensions are going on, and that is ultimately impacting the agriculture sector of this country. So in order to maintain the livelihoods of the farmers, the government has taken such kind of a decision. So the new year started with a very good note for the farmers. Increasingly what we have seen that in addition to this, the cabinet had also approved to the extension of or continuation of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana till 2025 to 2026, and here we are going to discuss about that what is Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So it was launched in 2016 and it has replaced all other insurance schemes we have for the agriculture sectors, and this is being administered by Department of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare under the Ministry of Agriculture, along with the impaneled general insurance company. So here there is a role of insurance company because it provides insurance for the crops. So what its aim? So its aim is to support production in agriculture by providing affordable crop insurance to ensure comprehensive risk cover up for the crops. So as the name suggests, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, so it provides insurance for the crop in any unforeseen circumstances. So the scheme provides coverage for the entire cropping cycle from pre-sowing to post-harvest and mid-season adversities. So this is the feature of this particular what you can say scheme, that it provides coverage for the entire cropping cycle. It means that from pre-sowing to the post-harvesting, so that the farmers could not have this kind of suspicions that if our crop will be destroyed after the harvest, what will happen if it will not erupt. So these are the suspicious things we have in our mind in agriculture sector, especially when there is a problem of the climate, there is a problem of money, there is a problem of land, there is a problem of pollution. So in this, all these things, there are so many uncertainties in agriculture sector. So it gives the confidence to the farmers that in any case of damage, the government is there to support them. So here we'll also discuss that what is eligibility criteria for this scheme. So the scheme is compulsory for loany farmers availing crop loan, KCC account for notified crops, and the scheme would be optional for non-loany farmers. So it depends that it is compulsory for the loany farmers and it is optional for the non-loany farmers. And insurance coverage, so under this scheme the insurance cover is limited to specific crops and agriculture is related to the crop yield, and these are the notified crops we have. So these are the food crops we have: cereals, millets and pulses, oilseeds, annual commercial crops and annual horticulture crops. So they can ask you question that did horticulture is part of this insurance scheme or not, so you can answer accordingly. And what is general exclusion here? So we have general exclusion here also: losses arising out of war and nuclear risk, malicious damage and other preventable risk shall be excluded. So we can see that there is a condition of war in Middle East, there is a war in between Russia and Ukraine. So India is currently free from any war kind of situation, but if there is a situation and if there is a losses arising out of any kind of thing, so the government will not cover up all those crops, then there can be a malicious damage and other preventable risk shall be excluded. So the risk we can prevent, so it is applicable for all those risks which has unforeseen nature, which comes suddenly. So that's why in that circumstances government is help to farmers. So now here we'll discuss the PYQ based on the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So with reference to Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, consider the following statement. Under this scheme, farmers will have to pay a uniform premium of 2% for any crop they cultivate in any season of the year. This scheme covers post-harvest losses arising out of cyclones and unseasonal rains. Which of the statement given above is are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one nor two. So you have to answer this into the comment section. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries related to this session, kindly ask into the comment section. And what is the highlight of this whole discussion? So the one highlight is DAP. So they can ask questions related to the DAP, that what are the components of the DAP. Then they can also ask questions related to the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So these are the two highlights which you have to remember for your prelims and mains examination. Thank you. Have a nice day.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.